I didn't expect the venom to come so soon. She doesn't deserve anything. Let her eat with the servants. Her voice carried like a blade through silk. My brother's new wife. Pretty face, expensive smile, rotting soul. And my parents? They said nothing. My father stared at his plate. My mother sipped her water, trembling just enough for me to notice, but not enough to intervene. My brother smirked, proud of his new conquest. That's when I smirked back, calm, controlled. I reached for my phone. A single message. 2 words. Cancel deal. $26 million. Gone. My brother's empire, built on my contacts, my groundwork, my introductions, shattered with one text. He staggered, nearly choking on his food. My mother's hand froze mid-air, pale as death. The bride's fork clattered against her plate. I stood, straightened my jacket, walked out, and left them in silence. Backstory. It wasn't always this way. My brother and I, we were supposed to be inseparable. We built each other up. Late nights, coffee-stained plans, dreams scribbled on napkins. I had the vision. He had the boldness. Together, unstoppable. Then she arrived. I remember the first dinner. She laughed too loudly, complimented too sweetly, touched his arm like she already owned him. I didn't hate her at first. I welcomed her, trusted her. Why wouldn't I? She was supposed to be family. But snakes don't hiss immediately. They curl, watch, and wait. The discovery. It began with whispers I wasn't meant to hear. He thinks you're the genius, but I know how to control you. Her voice. To him. Then the meetings I wasn't invited to. Deals signed behind my back. Documents I prepared mysteriously altered. And finally, the contract. A $26 million joint venture, brokered with my name, my influence, but registered under his. My brother smiled when he showed me, smiled like I should be grateful. And she stood behind him, her hand on his shoulder, eyes glittering. That was when I knew. She wasn't just a parasite, she was poison. And he had chosen her poison over my blood. Shift in mindset. People expect rage, shouting, confrontation. But rage is sloppy. Rage leaves fingerprints. I gave them none. Instead, I smiled, nodded, toasted his success. And in that silence, I planned. I studied every signature, every clause, every connection. I mapped the empire I had helped build, and the cracks they were too arrogant to notice. They thought I was sidelined. They thought I was the silent brother, the overlooked son. They mistook my quiet for weakness, and that was their mistake. Execution. Step 1, control the valve. I had introduced them to the investors. I had vouched for the deals. My contacts trusted me, not him. A quiet word here, a delayed confirmation there. Doubt spreads faster than truth. Step 2, prepare the knife. I didn't need to ruin him publicly, not yet. I only needed one precise cut. The $26 million deal. Their golden ticket. Without it, the rest of the structure would wobble. Step 3. Wait for the moment. I chose the wedding dinner. Not the vows, not the photographs, but the private meal when the masks slipped. Families at the table. Truth spilling with the wine. And when she spat her venom, when my parents swallowed their shame, I pressed the blade. Cancel deal. Simple. Surgical. Climax. Their faces, I will never forget them. My brother's glass slipped from his hand, shattering across the marble. His eyes darted, frantic, as though numbers could reassemble themselves. My mother's lips moved, but no words came. My father clenched his fists, silent, powerless. And her, The new bride, the queen of the table. She froze. The triumph drained from her eyes as quickly as the blood from her face. For the first time, she looked small, helpless. I stood, adjusted my cufflinks. "Enjoy your meal," I said softly, and I walked out. Behind me, I heard the storm break. Shouts, accusations, a chair scraped violently. My brother's voice, desperate, cracking. Hers, shrill, panicked. My mother sobbing. But me? I didn't turn back. Not once. Resolution. By morning, it was over. The deal collapsed. Investors pulled out. My brother's credibility evaporated. The empire he tried to steal crumbled overnight. I didn't need to destroy everything, just enough to remind them where the power really was. And I felt no guilt. None. Because when she called me unworthy, when my parents sat in silence, they chose their side. I simply chose mine. People think revenge burns the soul, that it leaves you hollow. Maybe for them, not for me. For me, it was clarity, precision, justice wrapped in silence. She thought I would bow. He thought I would forgive. My parents thought I would endure. They were all wrong. Because the truth is simple. I was never the servant. I was the knife at their table. And when I cut deep.